We are live. This is possibly episode 16, who knows, of the Vegan Steven music / guitar lessons. Congratulations, I hope you're getting on well with your 7th chords, your major chords. We've been talking about how to construct a chord, like what is involved in constructing such a thing. I've got to close one of these things, hang on, sorry. Stop that. Okay, hopefully we're flowing a little bit more better now. This is live, so that's my only excuse for having these technical difficulties. But to be honest, excuse me from just drinking a lot of fizzy water. Sure, look, here we are. Let's tune up. Alright, my love, did I mention you were looking particularly good today? I'm talking to you with the socks on. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna go to the piano and try to tune up some of these bad boys. Let's hear some G's. Okay, not too bad at all. Let me just check the sound levels here. Alright, we're looking good. Alright, so that's a little bit of that one. Let's try this one. Okay, what have we got here? Not too bad. I was watching back on my podcasts. Shit, excuse me. I'll leave for now. Watching back on my podcast, and I was tuning the guitar, and I said, right, that's in tune, and then I started playing, but listening back from the microphone's perspective, the D string was slightly flat, and I was like, no, the podcast is ruined. But to be honest, I don't think anyone would have noticed. It's a very subtle thing when one of your strings is a little bit flat. Here's a story. John Lennon used to tune his A string, I believe, slightly flat, so that way when he was listening back to recordings he could tell if it was him or not. How good is that? Because the A string would be slightly flat, you could tell whose guitar it was, because the sound engineers would be fucking with it and all sorts of stuff. It's kind of hard to tell who's doing what or whatever, but he always knew because that A frequency was slightly flat. Fascinating stuff. Alright, we got the A chord. What's going on with your A chord? A chord is an A minor, is an open A, middle finger on that 2nd fret, D string, ring finger on that 2nd fret, G string, and you guessed it, index finger on that B string, 1st fret. Give that little E string a little pop, give that big E string a little pop. But we will only be using the bottom 5 strings in this A minor. So I want you to practice doing all your A's, okay? So we got A minor, we got A7. Whew, I like that. We got our A7, and then finally we have our A major. So A major, A7, A minor. A lot of different colours there to be playing with. Now if you're feeling really cheeky, move that E7 shape down 1 string and that'll give you an A minor 7 if you're feeling very cheeky. So once again, let's have a look at that chart. This is kind of getting a little bit advanced. We're going to bring it right back down to reality. When I say reality, I don't know what I mean. But E7, we're going to move it down 1 string. That's the whole shape down 1 string towards the floor, and that gives us A minor 7. It's the same as A minor if we had no fingers fretting that G string, okay? And I have no jokes to make about G strings because this is a family show, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm doing my best not to curse. A minor, A minor 7. A minor 7 once again is an E7, but everything's down 1 string, okay? We're going to go through all these chords, basic chords. Let's hear how your A7 is sounding. It should sound like this. Play along with me. Are all your strings ringing out? Do they sound like that? If not, it's most likely down to a technique right now. You're still building up your muscles in your fingers. You guys haven't been playing or you personally have not been playing guitar that long, or maybe you're just here for a refresher course. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, etc. Just fucking chill. Have a nice cup of tea there. Have a nice, whatever you're into, nice warm beverage. Have the old vegan Stephen on there, on the TV or whatever. Just strumming away. Just listen to me yap on, and then just go through your lovely chords. All right. That's all you got. You don't need me here. You don't need anyone. I'm just here to encourage you. To metaphorically hold your hand while you're learning guitar. There's been so many videos, you know, by the greats and so on. I thought I'd throw my opinion in there for the crack as well. Have my own little exclusive course that is free for the first 100 hours on YouTube. Alright, here we go. Create now instruments, get your own guitars. Alright, can you say your blues form back to me? Can you say it forward, backwards? I'm going to try and say it backwards with you. Alright, let's see who can win. Alright, jeepers. Why is blues form backwards? I'm talking Roman numerals here, okay? So, in chords in the key of A, we would have... Oh, jeepers. This is good though, because it's making me think, which means it's definitely making you guys think. All I'm trying to do is do the blues form. So forward, we got chord 1 4 times, then into bar 5 we're on chord 4 for bar 4 and 5, and 6 7 we're into back to our chord 1, and then for the last 4 bars, which is our turnaround to add up to 12 bars, is E, D, A, E. That's 5 4 1 5. Alright, so let's try and say it backwards together, okay? It's on the screen right there. If any of you guys are watching, I have the blues form there in Roman numerals, and maybe you guys know it. But it's important to not just know things forward and backwards, but to know them in a circular loop from any point forward and backwards. So starting at any point and ending at any point. It'd be like, it's like knowing every single part of your foot. Like if you accidentally trip and you have to walk on your heel for 1 second, you'll be fine. If you have to walk on just your little toe for half a second, you'll live. Do you know what I mean? You have to know things completely inside out. So when you're on stage, you can't hear a fucking thing. Your ex-girlfriend's there in the front line shifting her new boyfriend, which would never happen to me because I'm vegan, Stephen. But theoretically, everything's going wrong. The sound engineer's drunk. That your manager's fucking lost the money. All the things, and you're just there, one lad against the universe, singing the song you just wrote, and it might be something like this. I'm learning the guitar to help communicate, to get me far in this life. Music can be your friend, yeah. Alright, whatever little song you want to make up. I just made that one up. You can make up your own song. Just playing these little chords. Sing a little song to your dog. Be like, dog, do you know how special you are to me? I wanna bring you wet so you don't pee on the furniture, so we can have beautiful memories. Alright. Just read off the instructions to the bottle of ketchup there, and you're like, 2 ounces of tomato paste and 3 drops of sugar helps the medicine go down. What brand do you like of ketchup? Okay, whatever, you get it. It's just real nice. It's like just letting a bit of energy out, and it's hard to be, when you're singing, it's kind of hard to be annoyed. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to be depressed and go for a jog. It's hard to be depressed while you're jogging. I know, yeah, it's just harder. I don't know. Yeah, so this is a guitar lesson, by the way. I'm just coming out of the morning espresso, so I'm still in chit-chat mode. But sure, look, we'll get through this. Okay, A is chord 1, B minor, chord 2, what's chord 3? Can you say it before me? C sharp minor. Chord 4 is, can you say it before me? We're in the key of A. What's chord 4? That's subdominant. Guys, tell you guys a secret. I'm actually making this for a kind of selfish reasons. I want to improve my musical vocabulary, and I want to be able to go like, oh, C, what's the 1, 4, 5 and that? So if someone just goes, blues in the key of C, I can be like, oh yeah, no, what are C, G, and D. Am I right? Oh, F. Okay. It wasn't D, it was F. C, F, G. That's a load of songs just there. That's 1, 4, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5. That's a different key. That's we haven't learned C yet. We'll learn that. We haven't learned G and we haven't learned F. But don't worry, they're honestly not that hard. Once you get these basic shapes down, your C, A, G, E, D. Once you have those shapes down, we'll be flying. You don't have to worry about all this waffle with sevenths. And then I'm going to show you how to use a capo, and then you'll never need anything again. Yeah, if you actually only know A, D, and E, and you knew the theory of where to put the capo, you could probably play guitar for the rest of your music career. Ideally, you would have the minor 6 in there, F sharp minor, which is kind of, there's ways around it, you know, only playing the bottom 4 strings, and I'll get into it. There's ways of playing complicated chords easily if you get the calculator out. But luckily, just because I've been in the game for a minute, I don't always have to get out the calculator, because I'm kind of like, oh, I worked that out 6 months ago. It's actually, I'm pretty sure it's this answer. And sometimes you're right. Okay, so you gotta be ready for this kind of mad stuff, the music theory stuff. So I'm only gonna relate to stuff you already know. So what is the key of? What's the 5 of key? What's the 5th chord of A? E. What's the 4th chord of A? D. What's the 1st chord of A? A. What's chord 2 of A? B minor. I know it doesn't really make sense why they're minor and why it's major. Okay, so just to refresh, in the chord scale, it sounds like this: do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, re, do. Okay, hopefully I can, you probably all already know that. If you do, fantastic, and if you don't know it, keep singing along with me, because we're going to be learning that very shortly. So, do is 1, re, and that's all called solfege, that's fine. So listen, 1, 4, 5 are all major. What's major? Happy. Okay, 2, 3, and 6, what are they? They're all minor. What does that mean? Sad. Here's happy, here's a major chord, here's a minor chord. Minor chord kind of sounds a little bit unsure of what it's doing. Major is like rock steady. I'm here, I won't be moved, I'm like a rock. Do you know what I mean? Rock steady. Minor is a bit kind of sad, a bit unsure of what it's doing. Oh, I'm a little bit unsure of what I'm doing. I'm a bit unstable. And then here's A. I can do whatever I want, because I'm an A chord and I'm very confident and happy. Okay? 2 extremes, all in one colour note being flattened or sharpened. That third. Okay, see if you can beat me to the end of this explanation. And just before I do, let's stay on topic. Right, so chord 2, 3, and 6 are all the minors. So they're all kind of emotional heavy chords, and then diminished. And then we're going to go into some just major chords, and you're going to realise in a minute, I'm going to cycle around those. This is 2, 3, and here's 6. Now I'm going to go to 7. Now I'm going to go to those 3 major chords. You're going to notice a really big kind of happy payoff, happiness. Here's D. That's 4 to 5. 4. Playing those major chords really feels like you're driving on a road and fucking the wind's blowing in your hair. Sorry for cursing. And then you go to a bit of chord 5, which is major as well. 5, building suspense, stop, and everyone's like, yeah, we're all going to the shops, we've money to buy sweets and all sorts of stuff. And then you have your big chorus, you hit that chord 1 and chord 5, fucking hit it hard. This is pop music. Pop stands for popular, by the way. It's not called depressing sad music. It's called pop because everyone loves it. Popular, okay? Here's the big payoff. Oh, I got a full tank of petrol and I'm learning how to play guitar. Okay, that's just 1, 4, 5. Just making up random songs. You can do the same. Excuse me. Okay. That's what it's all about. I recommend, as I said, playing a guitar or something with a family member, getting the pots and pans out, just having a good time. Bringing it with you to the campfire. One of your friends might say, oh, you can play a chord, and then you get a free guitar lesson. They'll just show you how to do a chord for free. You'll just be like, here, have you checked that Vegas? Even that, they'll be like, no, I haven't. And they'll be like, here's how you do an E chord, and they'll be like, that's not how you do an E chord, here's how you do an E chord. And they'll show you like some mad E chord up here or something. Yeah, so just keep communicating with everyone around you. I only have one, when you check out a lad like me who's killing on guitar or whatever, that's only one perspective, that's only one route of playing guitar. There's loads of, I'd highly recommend you try out multiple teachers. Sometimes physical teachers are very expensive, so you can just hang around with musicians a little while and they'll just be like, on night out, just be like, oh, here's the chords for that or whatever. Just life's all about who you hang around with, you know. If you hang around with musicians, you're going to end up learning to play guitar or sing or something. If you hang around with business lads, businessmen all the time, you're going to end up knowing a good bit about business. It's just how it goes. Yeah. Okay, musical alphabet. Let's go forward and backwards. So, just to recap. A, D, E major, B minor, C sharp minor and F sharp minor are all minor, and they're 1, 2 and 6. Alright. Diminished chord again. How do you make a diminished chord? Is 2 minor thirds put together. Okay, how do you make an augmented chord? You put 2 major thirds together. How do you make a major chord? You put a major triad and a minor interval on top. How do you make a minor chord? You put a minor interval on top of a major interval, which sounds like this. And then the major interval. Once again, minor, major. Alright, so that's how you get like minor chords and major chords, all this mad stuff. Alright, so don't worry if all the talking isn't making sense. Honestly, it's very confusing, and most guitarists I've met in my life don't understand any of the stuff I'm talking about. This is just like the fucking, sorry for cursing, secret special sauce that people don't really tell you about, because it's kind of like you don't need to know it, but if you do know it, you can reinvent music. But that's why you really have to understand the rules to break them, because a lot of time people think they're breaking their rules, but they're really just doing what everyone else is doing because they don't really know what they're doing. I don't know, sure, who knows. But if you really understand the rules and history, it's very easy to be original, because you're just like taking, oh, I'll take some of this stuff from that lad who lived 4,000 years ago and played the lute, and I robbed this thing off this mandolin player who died in the 70s that no one's ever heard of. I robbed this piano bit off Bach, I'll take that thing. And then someone listens to you and go, fuck man, sorry for cursing, that's some of the best music I've ever heard. And you're like, yeah, well, I robbed from the best. I robbed from Bach, I robbed from some mandolin players never been heard of, I robbed from some mandolute lad. I make my guitar strings out of this metal that no one's ever heard of, because I do all this open science labs. My guitar is made out of fucking plastic or something, because it's better material. I'm just making up stuff here, but there's so much room for improvement in everything, but even just in music, like there's so much room at the top, lad. There's so much room. Alright, let's go over these chords. So musical alphabet: A sharp, B. Say it with me. B, C, C sharp. What's after C sharp? D. What's after D sharp? Rising in pitch. D sharp. What's after D sharp? We're on E. What's after E? E is that fifth of A, remember? What's after F? F sharp. We're going chromatically, that means fret by fret. G, G sharp, A. Okay, and back down. From the 12th fret on that A string, okay, so it's one string down from the big E is A, okay? And we're going from the 12th fret, that 12th fret is that double dot, okay? And then we're going to descend slowly. Try to put one finger in each fret and all the rest of it. 12th fret. It's A, it's one octave. Somewhere over the rainbow. Alright, 5th is Star Wars. Okay. That's Star Wars is 5th. That's the E. I can't remember what the 4th is. Anyway, let's go back to our octave above A. So we're one octave above 440 Hertz A, and we're descending now on that 12th fret. A. Don't worry if you say the wrong middle name for me, such as A flat or G sharp. They're both right answers in this particular situation. A flat, G flat slash F sharp, F, G, E flat, D. Come on, try and beat me. What's before D? D flat slash C sharp. Also known as chord 4 in the key of A. C on the 3rd fret there of A. 2nd fret is B. 1st fret is A sharp. And finally A. Okay, you got it? A, okay. Okay, so let's try and say, we're just trying to stretch our mind here, okay? Let's try and say that blues form backwards. So, in the key of E. Okay, backwards in the key of E. So we're starting at bar 12, working backwards. So we're starting with the turnaround in reverse. Let's try and say this before me, okay? I'm trying to work it out in my mind. You can look at the chart there, it's on the top of the screen. If you can't see it, it's been on this episode since a good while. So anyway, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you can just screenshot and zoom in on the YouTube thing. Anyway, listen. Musical alphabets. I did that thing where I try to go too fast. Do you know what I mean? Okay, and I forget where I am. So listen, blues form backwards. Okay, we've got chord 5, 1, 4, 5. That's the turnaround backwards. Then the middle bit, which is bars. Jeez, what was it? Bars 5, 6, 7, 8 backwards is. Can you guys beat me to it? Oh jeez, there's 2 one chord and 2 of another chord. Chord 1 for 2, and then chord 4 for 2, and then the final 3 bars, which are the very first 3 bars, are ironically bars 1, 2, 3, 4 are all the tonic, which is in the key of A, chord 1. Alright, let's bomb through it forwards again. First bar is tonic. Next 2 bars fucking, what was that, 5 and 6, subdominant 4, D. Next 2 bars are A, which is chord 1, which is bars 4, 5. I'm so confused. Moving on to turnaround, is chord 5, chord 4, chord 1, and chord 5. That's E, D, A, E in the key of A. Alright, so listen. That's like a little kind of tongue twister. I'm just kind of going through the roadmap in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Because that's something that I really struggle with. And once I have all these things worked out in my mind, I just, like when I'm waiting for the bus, I'm like, oh, what's the fifth of that key? What's the thing of that key? Oh, gee, what was that thing there? It's like doing weird, like algebra in your head or something. For me, anyway, I really struggle with it. But if you really work on something that you struggle with, regardless of what it is, you'll notice a massive improvement in that particular thing. Now, some things you don't need to improve on because it's not part of your journey. Listen, I was talking to some of the biggest musician lads in the game, and a lot of them talk about how they visualise the keyboard in their own brain for music theory. Okay, so recommend visualizing the piano keyboard just one octave. Okay, I'll just play one octave for you here in the key of A. And one more time for the camera. I've only been playing piano properly for like this year, so I'm always afraid of making a mistake. Hopefully, I'm trying to do my singing course will be starting any day, but I keep getting the nerves because I'm like, what if I make a mistake on the piano while I'm teaching singing, and oh no, it's gonna be up online forever. So I'm doing my own, battle. We all have our own little thing on what we're afraid of, and I'm gonna getting this because I have all the knowledge, but I'm just a little bit. I just have nerves. Do you know that way? Just human nature is scaring me. I've been training singing for years and all the rest of it. Okay, so musical alphabet. So yeah, try and remember that one octave on the musical alphabet. So how you visualize this keyboard in your mind is just think of the black keys, okay? I'm just quoting Dr. Boogie's episode. He has a great episode in the back catalogue of Create Now. He talks about learning music theory. He talks about you only have to remember 2 sets of notes: the 2 black notes and the 3 black notes. All right, that's it. I keep talking about this again and again just because I'm trying to even remember it myself, because I don't have a perfect keyboard in my own head. It's something that I'm kind of still working on, getting that kind of picture of a keyboard up in my own head, because I don't know if people would define me as a slow learner, but for me, I don't know, I'm quite different from the average human. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up for debate. It just means I'm controversial, and all the rest of it. Okay, listen. I hope you're still playing your chords while I'm talking, because I'm going off on talky tangents and just tap in every so often at all this. This is just like listening to someone talk French or something on French tape, and they're just like saying, swallow, and you're like, swallow, swallow, do you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things. You just gotta put all the hours in. So I hope you're having to go in all those chords while I'm talking. Just you're gonna have to spend a lot of time just looking at the fretboard, going like, why won't you make the right noise? And you have to keep looking at your hand, going, why is it? You gotta move a tiny millimeter up, apply pressure differently. Your hand gets sore off because you're applying too much pressure, and over time you'll find out, what these things are. And I'll go into all these details because this will be like it's not so much going to be a forum. I kind of want this just to be like Wikipedia kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone likes something I say in one of my lessons, they can copy and paste it in one of their videos and just be like, oh, like this lad says here, the quote or whatever. Because I don't want to get all my I've got my own money ways coming in. I'm not looking for. There's fuck all money to be made off. Like ads on YouTube. It's pitiful pennies. Like. I'm looking for the real money, I'm not going to be arguing with people over fucking pennies. So this is all open source. You know what I mean? You can steal my music for ads, whatever you want. But just keep playing those chords all day long on the palm of your hand. We're waiting for a bus. I've already talked about this. You can use the back of your hand here as a fretboard. You can use the inside of your palm here for practicing chords. There's people who get booked for gigs and they just learn how to play the drums for that gig on the plane ride there. There's absolutely mad shit. I've heard stories about people getting... It's not the same Steve. He's an absolutely legendary drummer, but he talks about getting a phone call being like, yeah, the drummer for the presidential inauguration just got sick, so you're going to have to drum for him. And he's like, okay, when's the rehearsal? And they're like, it's live in half an hour, so you're just gonna have to show up and wing it. And he's like, he just has to show up. He's no idea what songs are going on, and just has to fucking wing it and just listen. And he's almost leading them in a way, but he doesn't know he's that level of professionalism. So that's an example about how people prepare for gigs without the instrument. So I'll leave you there. Like I said, don't just... obviously, I think I'm the absolute best guitar teacher in the world, but that's just one lad's opinion. So I'd recommend checking out other teachers, even learning other instruments, like learning singing. So good for you. Learning singing and learning rhythm. So basically, I'd say if you're trying to show your kid, maybe send your kid for dancing lessons, maybe, because that might be good. Like, it's more of a physical way of keeping time. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to being like, is that in time? Is that in time? I think dancing is a good way for kids to learn, or even people to learn rhythm. And clapping and singing, just basic church stuff. You know what I mean? Clapping, singing, tribal stuff. None of this weird stuff. Oh, you need you need to spend 6 months locked down in a basement with a synthesizer. Listen, that's the end of the episode. So thank you very much, and you have a great time with yourselves. You're doing awesome. I believe in you. And you're looking well.